Hey there, everyone. Ervin here, and today I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know about how limb health works in Helldivers 2. Limb health is yet another extremely obscure mechanic in Helldivers 2 that has several very misleading tooltips in the game's booster and armor description sections that I'll hopefully be clearing up for you today. We will also be going over what every injury does, as well as the exact amounts of damage that your body has to receive in order for them to be inflicted. Sound good? Cool. Let's do it. Starting off, let's talk about what limb health is exactly. Just like the enemies, your Helldiver has a main health pool, which, if depleted, dictates when you die, made up of 125 hit points. Explosions, acid, and fire are all directly deducted from this value, adhering to your armor's damage reduction, whatever that might be. If that statement confused you, I suggest checking out my previous video giving you the rundown on everything you need to know about how the armor system works. I'll leave a link for it down below. Outside of your main 125 hit point pool, you have 65 head HP, 45 HP in each of your arms, 55 HP in each leg, and 65 HP in the torso. All of these health pools send a multiplier of this damage to your main health pool, which is what then causes you to, well, die. If the damage you receive is sufficient to destroy one of your limbs by reducing its health to zero, but is not sufficient to remove you from the gene pool outright, you suffer an injury. This is actually, funny enough, impossible with the head, as the 65 HP pool and 200% innate damage received combine to make sure that you can never have a real head injury and instead simply suffer a head explosion due to losing 130 HP through your head hitbox. Getting into what the specific injuries do, should you lose 45 health in either arm, your innate stability will become 50% worse, causing your arms holding the weapon to bob and sway like you've just come down with a case of super Parkinson's. Should both your arms be broken, this is seemingly additive debuff, making your innate stability 50% worse than that, making it virtually impossible to stay on the target. The rumor about one arm affecting throwing range and one affecting your recoil control is just that, a rumor. We observed no difference in my ability to throw with no breaks, one break, or two. All this injury affects is your innate stability, causing your aiming bubble to bounce around like it's just been injected with super amphetamines. Leg injuries occur when either leg receive 55 damage, causing you to lose the ability to sprint altogether, as well as reducing your overall mobility by 15%. This is once again an additive reduction in the case where you have two broken legs, bringing you to 70% overall mobility walking wise compared to a healthy Helldiver. Honestly, impressive you can move even this quickly with two snapped femurs. We tested this by having two Helldivers walk side by side with each other to a 50-meter goalpost, then measured the difference in distance traveled when the healthy Helldiver arrived. Chest injuries occur when you receive 65 damage to the torso, causing your main health pool of 125 to bleed out 1 HP per second. This injury also removes your ability to regenerate stamina, making it quite severe overall. Worth mentioning here, however, that the Vitality booster does reduce this damage to zero due to the Helldivers 2 damage system always rounding down non whole numbers. Let's now talk about the different countermeasures that exist against becoming injured. Your armor, as I've detailed previously, and will leave a link in the description to the exact damage reduction values of, will first reduce the damage your limbs receive, causing you to take less injuries and higher amounts of armor. Vitality Booster, by reducing the overall damage you receive by a multiplicative 20%, also, as a byproduct, causes the damage required for injury to increase, meaning with Vitality Booster and 100 armor, it takes 56 damage to an arm, 68 damage to a leg, or 82 damage to your chest to become injured. Now, how does servo assisted come into play? Well, servo assisted has no effect on the actual damage your main health pool receives, instead, reducing the damage that your arms and legs specifically receive by 32.5%, meaning it then takes 68 damage to an arm, 82 damage to a leg, and still 65 damage to your chest to become injured while running the armor perk. This, despite the rumors, does stack multiplicatively with Vitality Booster. Running both the booster and the armor perk, you will need to receive 84 damage to an arm, 103 damage to your leg, and 82 damage to your chest to become injured. Due to servo assisted having no impact on the damage your main health pool receives, however, you become less and less likely to receive injuries before being outright killed, stacking these bonuses. So basically, while Vitality Booster makes it not only harder for you to be killed in general, but as a byproduct, it also makes it more difficult for you to become injured. More armor will make it more difficult to become injured, and the servo assisted passive, while it will make it more difficult to receive a leg or arm injury, it has no impact on how easily chest wounds are inflicted or how easily your death is inflicted. Clearing up a few other rumors with the health and damage system quickly, there is no random chance involved with injuries. It is entirely based around the damage your limbs take, as I've said. The armor's appearance also has absolutely nothing to do with the damage you take. Visible armored body parts take the same damage as unarmored looking body parts. Armor color also has nothing to do with enemy detection or aggression. That's just silly. If these seem like odd rumors to be clearing up, it's because they've pinned a doc detailing some of these in the official Discord because, quote, it's made with passion by the community. So remember, it's okay to pin misinformation in your game's official Discord as long as what's been written there has been done so passionately. So, what are our takeaways here? Vitality Booster is, as always, worth bringing to every single mission as it's not only reducing the damage you receive in general, but makes it more difficult to be injured as a byproduct. While Servo Assisted does stack, further increasing the difficulty of receiving arm and leg injuries, it is, in my opinion, not particularly worthwhile to bring solely for this purpose, as it does not affect the damage dealt to your main health pool. So, bring Servo Assisted if you enjoy the throwing distance primarily, as the limb health should be treated as a very secondary bonus. If you wanted to avoid injury specifically with your armor passive, you're best off bringing armor with the extra padding perk instead, as this will reduce the damage you take across the board to both your limbs and main health, staving off injuries just as well as the servo assisted could. As explosions cannot cause injuries due to the damage being dealt directly to main, you should only consider Fortified as a passive instead if you prefer the recoil reduction, or are against the Terminids where the bile is considered a source of explosive damage. Hopefully, this quick video cleared up everything you wanted to know about the ins and outs of the injury system and limb health in Helldivers 2. While the majority of this information is not likely to be particularly useful to the majority, it's always nice to know the numbers behind the arbitrary in game parameters granted to us by Arrowhead, in my opinion. If you have any further questions as to what you'd like to see me cover on the channel, be sure to comment some of the things you'd like to see down below, and maybe I'll get to it. Thanks for watching till the end, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.
And now, another helpful tip from General Brash.
Aravin has delivered crucial data to our front lines that furthers my all-important tactic of utilizing stims to counter injuries. For this, I am ordering all active Helldivers to like, comment, and subscribe to his channel. Failure to do so will result in your mech's arms being broken. Wait! What do you mean they are already?
Brash tactics! Use them or die trying!